two people walked out the cinema, and as they walked out, and I was like, sorry about that.
So we managed to get our small, very small independent rom-com Before Nikkah into cinemas across the UK, primarily London, Bradford and Manchester. And in doing so, we decided to attend a few of the showings and do Q&As. And I thought, hey, why not document the journey? Through the insults about the film, the technical faults during the showing, audience members walking out, and a long 6-hour return journey. Before Nikkah is inspired by the Before trilogy, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset and Before Midnight. Films the director and I truly love. After getting to various festivals in 2024, which saw us going across London, Bradford and Paris, we decided to reach out to various cinemas and release the movie ourselves during the Valentine period. The traditional movie release model is broken. Most Hollywood movies and indie features end up going straight on streaming services and hidden amongst the piles and pile of other movies. They are hardly ever watched. The filmmakers either see no money from their releases or very little return on their investments, and distribution companies, who used to be the kings of getting your movie out there, are either now corrupt and charge you for costs that are unaccounted for, where you'll never see a penny, which is what has happened to me on many an occasion. Or they simply just want to take your film and build up their library to look like they're busy. I was tired of playing the game. Why can't we finance our own movie, shoot it, and then release it ourselves? Well, maybe this video will scare you or inspire you. The 12th of February was the first date in Mile End, East London.
I am here outside sunny Mile End, the home of all things that are good, because we are here at a screening of, well, it's not even a screening, it's the first showing of a week-long line of films, called a film called Before Nikkah, which I wrote and produced, and it stars her. And this time she's not going to do any talking.
And if you just back out a little, now this is what you call a cinematic masterpiece.
That is the name of the film, right there. So this is the Genesis Cinema, based in Mile End, and we are about to go into, as I said, the first screening of Before Nikkah, which is on a national release across the UK.
Mile End in East London was a great place to launch the film. The film has a very South Asian narrative. The term Nikkah means marriage, and before obviously means before. So the film's narrative is all about a situation before a marriage, which more specifically before an arranged marriage, which is a very prevalent thing in the South Asian community. The first night seemed amazing. The audience were pumped up. It was a full house, 150 seats, all full, until some audience members walked out.
Hey, just want to get a video of me on the camera.
Well,
I feel like you got
for your sexy.
Got confiscated. Thank you so much.
Oh, hi there. My name's Hayder Zafar, and if you haven't heard, I made a movie. It was exciting. We had an amazing turnout, minus a couple of people. They were a bit apprehensive. Two people walked out the cinema, and as they walked out, and I was like, sorry about that.
During the Q&A, you referred to your own film as shit.
I did not. What I said was, it's not quite Before Sunrise. That's all I said.
You actually said what Before Sunrise is better.
It's way better.
Oh,
Way better is what you said.
is this going to go on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel? You had a really good question about your character's development.
Ooh. They were doing me dirty in the Q&A, asking some tough questions.
Yeah.
I got there in the end. My brain lagged a little bit, but we got the answer in the end.
No, you didn't lag. You expertly delayed.
Yes, yeah.
So we've just had a pre or post film debrief, which was full of vegan food, and we had a real discussion about how good the Q&A was and the reception towards the film. One couple left early, and they, on the way out, apparently said, "This film's shit." So that was fun. They then proceeded to comment on our Instagram post and say that it was so boring they left. But, you know, that's all part of filmmaking. It's all part of art.
It went really well. It was a great audience. They were asking really great questions and making so amazing observations that I hadn't even thought of. So yeah, went really well. We had such a long debrief that everyone has left this restaurant. We came into the restaurant and the restaurant was full. Now everyone's leaving. Actually, the chef's literally walking out as we speak. The chef's walking out this restaurant and we are still here. I think we need to go.
So, it's day 2. Someone chef in that fucking car. Before Nikkah is about Sarah and Isam, who are fated to meet in advance of a possible arranged marriage that they don't actually want. And unfortunately, owing to train delays, have to spend the whole day together. We are on the way to the second screening in a little place called Crouch End. I am excited to see how good the turnout is, but it's pretty nerve-wracking at the same time. So let's see what happens, shall we?
And we just discussed the film. He said, like, there was this idea that he had, and we just talked about other films. Before Sunrise has always been like an inspiration. Marcus introduced me to that a lot later in life. And then went home. 48 hours later, Marcus sends me an email, and it's the first draft, the script.
How did you write the script so fast, Marcus? So glad you asked that question. Like you gave me a lot of context to the characters. I knew Sasha from beforehand, and the character's based around Sasha. And I don't see Sarah. I managed to write it in 2 days. But yeah, Hader is the inspiration in terms of all the Pakistani elements, and Sasha's the inspiration in terms of the character of Sarah.
Sasha, what was your favourite scenes of film?
Ooh, good question. I love the scene where he was messaging his ex and she was intercepting, like, no, that's wrong. Everything you did was wrong. It's not my relationship, I'm involved.
Do you guys like the guy with the red shoes in the bar scene?
He also joined us. No.
Hi. That is not me.
Where did you get the inspiration for coming?
A lot of people. I'm sure we all know. I don't know. It's like an American term. I'll use that douchebag. You know, as they call it, that kind of like really cocky guy. But yeah, I just thought of a guy that's like really insecure, always wants to kind of show something. But yeah, I've definitely met a lot of guys like that, and I've seen it, and I always cringe. And it's so funny because I'm watching myself and I'm cringing, I'm like sweating in my seat. I'm like, is that me? And yeah, it's not me, but yeah, that was my inspiration. So you got acting. I'm acting right now, mate.
Can I be taking a picture of myself?
You should.
I took a picture of you.
Did you?
I mean, they're bad pictures, but they're pictures. Look.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. You should do that.
Yeah, of course. Whoa! Did you enjoy the film?
I did. I did enjoy the film. It was super, super, super funny. The writing of this guy. Incredible writing. Funny, cracking jokes. I was the guy next to me was laughing out loud, and I was like,
No, you came into cinema.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, today's Manchester. I am not looking forward to this 3-hour journey. It's a hell of a beast of a journey. In a few minutes, I'm going to have someone over here, and someone over here, and maybe even someone behind me, which you won't be able to see. But it's going to be a hell of a journey. It's me, the cast members, the director, and we are going to hit the mean streets of Manchester. One major problem, unfortunately, is that I've ran out of petrol. Now, that's not going to be very good on a 3-hour journey, because that means that I will just get stuck. I have to, unfortunately, top up. Now, I'm running about 10 minutes late to pick up the first person. Let's get some petrol, shall we?
And this was the big one, a 6-hour road trip to Manchester, with me as the designated driver, again, as always. But to be fair, I kind of like the drive. I mean, it's not too bad. We have a little bit of banter, but it's a hell of a long journey. So are you enjoying this video? Because if you are, I think it'd be a good time for you to like, subscribe, and become a member of the channel. And if you're not enjoying the video, then why are you still here? Either way, I do love you.
Right, petrol secured. Now, it's time to pick up Sasha. I had a bit of a situation in the last Q&A where I kind of froze. Now, I didn't freeze, I wasn't like frozen because I couldn't answer the questions. It was more a case of the sound person, the amazing sound person, Kale, he was there at the Q&A, and after the Q&A he said to me, I couldn't work out whether you were being awkward or if you just being, he didn't use the word noble, but he used the word humble when you were answering the questions. And okay, so here's the thing. I had to basically do the Q&A. I had to announce the Q&A because we didn't have anyone to do that for us. So I was the one who went up first and I did the introductions to the cast and crew. And I've been trying to avoid all the Q&As, and I think I've been involved in every single Q&A apart from Paris. And the reason I'm trying to avoid them, I've told the cast and crew this before, is because I want them to have, I'm the producer and writer, I want them to have all the adulation and all the notoriety and so forth and so forth. I don't want any of that because that's not what happens in films. Like if you go to any press junket, if you watch any YouTube channel with interviews about the latest films coming out, you never see the writer and producer talking about the film, unless you buy the DVD for the, the behind the scenes extras and stuff. You're on Big Brother, do not swear.
How are we?
We are good. How are we?
Good.
Yeah?
Yippers.
Yeah?
Sure.
You sure?
I know.
Oh. That dude there, that is Akash.
Oh, hey.
He is the leading actor.
Hey, hello everybody. I'm not sure who this is going out to.
I did.
I just vibes.
I got pretty damn hungry, and they left me. They left me in Milton Keynes to go and get some food whilst I parked the car. But I'm going to go and see them now. So I guess it's my first trek into Milton Keynes since I've been about 10 years old. Let me see what's going on in Milton Keynes, shall we? Mission accomplished. We are now with food and we can hit the road again.
I love him.
You're gonna get a car? Yes. It's okay.
Mud such this. You've got your
Fine, go back in yourself. And look. Oh.
You said that was him.
Oh.
She knows.
Oh.
Anyway, back to the Q&A.
Yes.
So it's been mediated by a woman called Nasma, I think.
Okay.
So she'll be asking the questions.
So we're not going to be... Oh, did you guys have anyone asking you questions on Karshan?
Yeah,
So one again.
I know. I brought everyone up on stage and I just asked the audience.
Oh, you just very nice.
No one's me didn't. Should we have a bit of a uniform front?
About what?
About answers?
I mean...
Or should we just wing it like we have been doing?
We're like 7 in at this point. Let's not try to work in ourselves.
Let's not break what's working.
Yeah, exactly. If it's broke, don't fix it.
Maybe we shouldn't say...
58.
We actually can't get out. We've been trying to get out for half an hour. We are now 10 minutes to showtime.
What are you saying, sir? It says, pool party.
They go watch it.
Okay, I'll keep going.
So head up. Yeah, maybe turn that off. Disgusting music.
Exactly.
You absolutely awful human being.
Is it ground floor that you get?
Yeah, ground floor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can't believe what I just heard in this.
I just wish you get some culture at some point. You know? It's a little class. Go along the way.
Brown.
Head through there to the right.
Chocolate.
What a beast. You're shooting a movie.
Are you business or something? You know, with
Like, I have tickets. I support you guys. I paid. Not good.
Oh, okay. We are here at the cinema. We made it in time. As well as Before Nikkah, we also have Before Sunrise screening there. Apparently, we have a full house. So that's 3 full houses in a row. They saw the excitement of us being here and they're like, okay, let's do this.
Finally.
I love the fact that it is a modern South Asian look at dating. I wanted to represent a story that I have never ever seen on television or film. Our plan, our mission, our goal is to tell narratives that just progress the storyline to humanize people from wherever they're from. And these 2 characters just happened to be Muslim ultimately.
Thank you. So the film didn't go so well because the projection kept jumping and the audio was all over the place. So we had to rush out, and it wasn't the best experience, I must say. I was stressed, Hader was stressed, Sasha just had some popcorn, Akash went out to watch the football, and but all's well that ends well, as you saw in the Q&A. Now we're going to get some food in Manchester. So speak to you soon, guys. That's so true. That is so true. But yeah, there's so many film references in that film where I'm like, have you seen the film? Your head. Oh, that makes sense. We are in Curry Mile, and after a very successful, was it successful?
Oh, yeah.
Successful, hell yeah, successful screening. Was it successful?
A hell yeah successful.
A hell yeah successful screening.
It did crash 3 times, so I don't know if we could call it any levels of successful, to be honest. Forget.
Okay, after a 5 out of 10 successful screening.
Listen, it was a good Q&A.
The Q&A was wonderful. Q&A was wonderful. My sister attended, Sasha's no one attended, and Akash's no one attended. So that was good for them.
Yes, so release that release. So think about it, this is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
You release it up here,
Yeah.
release it here, instead of just continuing that with it.
I don't know why we're going to this Mario Kart type thing, but that's what we're doing. So this journey is going to take us, we're now 2 hours into the journey, and it's going to take us another about hour and a half, maybe a bit longer than that to get there. What I've learned about this this week is not to wait for people to say yes. We've made this film, and I think I mentioned this before, we made this film on our own backs, and we had a minimal skeleton crew, 2 actors, well, technically like 3 or 4 actors, but there's these 2 actors are on screen for 90% of the time, 95% of the time, 99% of the time, really. And it's weird because I think as a filmmaker, what you want to happen, I think everyone thinks it's still the 90s, and in the 90s, what would happen is, Tarantino would make Reservoir Dogs, which is an independently financed film, and based on that, he would then move on to a bigger film and so forth and so forth. Like, Paul Thomas Anderson did that. That's what it was like in the 90s, and to a certain degree, the end of the 80s as well. But things have changed, and waiting around for people to say yes is what I mean by that is these massive studios are not in a position now where they're going to take on random independent filmmakers and make your dream project. It's just not what happens. That's a dream lost. Yeah, what we've learned is not to say yes. No, we got this really exciting email today from Screen Daily, and what they said was, we want to get your box office figures for Friday to Sunday. To hear that, now I watch a great YouTuber called Dan Murrell, and Dan reports the box office figures every single week on his channel, and I think he's absolutely the best person in the world on any platform who talks about figures for films. To get an email from Screen Daily, which is one of the, if not the top, one of the top 3 best publications for film in the world, to get a message from them saying that we want your box office figures for the past week so we can report them, honestly, is insane. Because to be independent filmmakers, gone off and made the film on our own backs, got the film to screens ourselves, and then on top of that, have Screen Daily contact us through our Instagram page and then email us. It's just, honestly, it's insane. I want to use a really corny phrase, like, it's a dream come true. And it is. It's a dream come true, honestly. It's when I saw that, it was very shocking. Myself and Hader, who's here now, we have been doing this for quite some time. And it feels very rewarding. Yeah, I mean, obviously it feels really good to have our film hopefully mentioned in Screen Daily, and we've done it by ourselves. That's not an exaggeration. How does it feel?
Nervous, very excited to see where the film goes next. London, Manchester, really, really nice. A few more cities down the line would be amazing. And then possibly New York, Dubai, Mumbai, who knows?
Yeah, window. yeah. Sorry, I'll go through 100.
Yeah.
I'm now gonna be driving more. Can't wait. It'll be so cool. Can't wait. Let's see how it goes, shall we, guys? Okay, it's the day after. Oh my God, I am so tired. Oh God. So I had this big idea, they had this big idea that we should go to Battle Kart, which is like a Mario Kart type thing afterwards, which I told you about before. And, I thought it'd be fine, but I didn't realize when we got there after a 3.5 hour drive that that's even more driving. Thankfully, I came third in the first races, and then I came towards the end in the second races, but we're not gonna talk about second races. The first races were good. I was great. So here I am in this car, and it's absolutely filthy now, because the bad thing about doing a road trip with other people is that there's a barrage of dirt and food all over your car afterwards. So I'm now in a car that is dirty, and I'm very anal, pause, when it comes to cleanliness. So I'm now at a car wash. They may feel like this is not that bad, but I don't know, I just like I just like my environments to be clean. I do a lot of things at once, and if my mind is all over the place, I find it very hard to focus. And one of the things that keeps me really on point is the fact that everything around me is kind of clean. It's chaos on these streets. It's absolute chaos. Do you remember those, I think they still have them, those car washes where you drive in and it kind of crushes your fucking car, like the massive brushes crush your car. It's like a drive-in car wash. I used to be so scared of that. I used to think we're gonna drown. I think it comes from Superman 3. You know that scene in Superman 3 when the woman gets turned into a robot? It's such a scary scene, but also just reminds me of that. Every time I went to a car wash, I would think we're gonna get crushed by these. So dumb. But when you're a kid, your imagination runs rife. So that isn't my car that's being washed. I'm getting all the splashback from the other car. Does anyone know what that's from?
Does anyone actually know what it's from? Put it in the comments if you know what that's from. It's a TV show, 80s. Let me know in the comments. Hello.
Speak to you already, bro. No, I must speak to you already.
Not yet.
No one has come up to you to ask.
No one's come to me to tell me anything.
Sorry about this.
That's fine. Don't worry. It's for YouTube.
Bro, inside and outside?
Inside, outside.
No problem, bro. Can you just come behind?
Of course I can. Of course I can.
Shoot.
Here we go. Let the fun begin. This is the scary part. Oh no, I'm being submerged in foam. Oh. Here I am, waiting still. It's been about 35 minutes, but I'm pretty much doing it now. So finally getting into cleaning the inside of the car, which is pretty fucking cool.
Sorry about that, bro.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Absolutely fine.
Boss is upset with him now.
Is your boss, yeah?
You're the boss. You're the boss.
He's the boss. Hey, keep doing your magic, yeah? Keep doing your magic, yeah?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Same to you. Absolutely. Have a good one, yeah? Take care. Thank you. So I had my car cleaned, and now the boot's open, as the indicator over here is telling me. So that's fun. I should probably fix that before causing me some real damage. It's time to go. Well, that was a hell of a journey. So what's the conclusion of this whole experience? Well, first and foremost, it was a roaring success. We got featured in Screen Daily, which I've been trying to do for years, as I mentioned before in the video. And on top of that, we actually hit £4,000 in just 4 screens. Now this film actually went across the UK. Now when I say the UK, it went to Manchester, Bradford and London. To make £4,000 from just 4 screens in the UK is incredible. I cannot begin to tell you how incredible that is. Now, that may not seem like a lot of money, but this film cost just £30,000. Now, imagine this film was in 100 screens across the UK. It would make somewhere around the region of, let's be conservative and say £50,000 to £100,000. That is absolutely incredible. That means we would have almost doubled the budget of the film in profits over the course of just 1 week, which is, again, I cannot begin to tell you how epic that is when I think about that. An absolute roller coaster of emotions. We had people walking out the cinema. We had the screen going off. It was literally an hour of just the screen being out of sync. So what happened was the voices of the actors, for some reason, went out of sync about 20 minutes into the film. And it was during a really good joke, and I was looking at the director, I was laughing, and then I looked back up and it was just the voices were out of sync. And this is a comedy, so you need the voices to be in sync. It doesn't work otherwise. And there's a lot of talking. The whole film is literally 2 characters talking to each other for 90 minutes. So the voices being out of sync is not cool. And I had to leave the cinema and go and talk to the projectionist and talk to the manager of the cinema whilst the film was still playing. The audience is still watching. They're like, what the hell is this? And some people left, you know. We had a full auditorium, which is cool. But then about, I'd say 5 to 10 people left. They didn't come back. Thankfully, we had friends and family there, not for the whole, the whole thing wasn't full of friends and family. What that actually meant was a lot of people actually just stick around because, if they stick around, other people stick around, which is cool. But it was really a very, very, very awkward situation to be in as the filmmakers, being there, seeing your film absolutely fail on screen, and knowing that you're almost kind of guilty. And people came up to us afterwards and said, it's not your fault, it's the cinema's fault. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, who knows? But the fact is, when you're there in the moment and the audience are physically there with you and your film is technically failing on screen, it is a terrible experience. It got to the point where when we ran out of options. I think what happened was the file was corrupt. And I think when you put a film in the cinema, it goes through a thing called a DCP. And you're meant to send the file to the cinema, and you can either send a hard drive or a download file. We sent over a download file because they're based in Manchester, we are based in London. If you know, I told you before, that's like a 3-hour journey away, so we just sent a file. And they must have downloaded it, and something must have been corrupt during the whole process when they ingested the footage or the film into their system. But anyway, technical thing aside, it went really well, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't fun at the time, I have to say. It wasn't fun at the time.
and it's an experience that I do not want to go through again, but it's an experience that, again, you learn something new from it. We had to use a laptop. We had to project the film through a laptop, and the irony of it is that this is a comedy film, but there's one moment in the film where our lead character has this really important monologue that just sums up his whole mindset. As he's doing this monologue on screen, the sound of the computer, the windows going ba-dup, just pops up on screen during this monologue, and it gets the biggest laugh of the whole film, which is a bit worrying. You know, a serious monologue and a little sound gets a bigger laugh than the jokes. I could look into that. But anyway, it's an experience that I will cherish forever. Just the whole thing, the whole 7 days was epic. So yeah, I mean, it's been a hell of a journey these past 2 weeks. Not even these past 2 weeks. I mean, this film was shot back in the end of 2022. So it's been a hell of a journey over the past 3 years, and one that I would not in any way, shape or form change. I've learned a lot about filmmaking. I've learned a lot about writing. I've learned a lot about post-production, and I've learned a lot about distribution. In fact, I would say out of all the films I've made, this has been the biggest journey in terms of self-distribution or distribution of a film. So I would not change anything. So yeah, that is what happened. That is the journey in itself. And as I said, I wouldn't change it for the world. Get out there, make a film. If you are an aspiring filmmaker, if you're already a filmmaker, if you're an actor, whatever you are, and you want some advice, hit me up in the comments and I will help you out. I typically reply to all comments, so hit me up with any comments you may have. If you want to know more about the film, hit me up again. I'm going to put the trailer for the film on in the comments at the top, so have a little watch. Guys, obviously when I first made the channel, I started off as a film channel, and I guess this is a film video. And towards the middle of last year, started getting a lot of success with the bad movie fights versus good movie fights, bad car chases versus good car chases stuff, which is really cool. Thank you guys if you're still watching my videos now, thank you so much for being part of that amazing process. This is a far departure from that, and I know a few of my videos lately have been a far departure from that, and you just have to pivot sometimes, you know. I'm still going to make those kind of videos, but you know, ultimately there's a lot more going on. As you know, I'm making my own film, so it's very hard for me to just stick to watching other people's films and critiquing the bad movie fights, although I do love doing that, and I will be doing that. A lot of you wanted some live streams. I did some of those last year. I will be doing a special one pretty soon. Thank you so much for the members. Thank you so much for Patreon members as well, who are on screen right now. You guys are absolutely epic, and I'm really hoping that this year is going to be an incredible year. I've just started production on a new film called The Model, and I am going to be pretty busy with that, but there will be videos coming out, so please do keep watching. More than anything, if you could hit the like button, because it helps the algorithm apparently. If you're not subscribed yet and you're kind of on the fence, I'm hoping this video puts you over the fence and you subscribe. If not, doesn't matter, at least you watched the video. Guys, you're amazing, and thank you so much, and big love.